Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's communication. So this will be uploaded on Friday. I like to have this uploaded tomorrow, but we just did it Friday. You can wait. It'll be all right. Yeah, this is good video for a Friday to end your week. So, subject of today, I was gonna do. I think I don't remember anything. I think I talked about NASA and Mars, MIB. Yeah, I think I mentioned that. I got a lot of stuff going on, work and all this nonsense. Yeah, last night, this morning, I had a dream right before I woke up. It was a long dream. I don't remember the details of it, but I think I had my laptop, and then something happened to it, and I had my ID. I had to use it for something. It was long drawn out. Either way, I was in a mall. I was in a room for a while. I was doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know what it was exactly though. Involved my laptop, but either way, what ended up is what I do remember, I was in a mall, and I did not have my phone or my ID. I was looking for it. Now I woke up, I had all the stress, all this, just like, what happened to it? I remember I had it, and this happened, that happened. I can't remember everything. It could have been MIB there too, probably not so friendly ones. I woke up. I didn't wake up all distressed, but I felt a lot better when I woke up. So what I felt after that was reptilians were. I don't think they liked my last my last video. So now this is a guide on how to connect to reptilians and other beings. So where we're gonna go is like, well, basically it's very simple. Trust yourself and allow the weird to connect. Basically, the more you're ready, the more it will. Basically, not everybody is ready, obviously. But the more that you believe in all this stuff, not necessarily everything that's channeled or whatever, not everything's meant for you. It might be meant for somebody else, or remember, we're third dimensional humans also. A lot of stuff that comes through, we're humanizing it too. So it doesn't mean it's not true. It's just that we're not figuring it out. But a lot of people are not ready for this stuff. Oh yeah, a big group. I think like the people that are really ready for actual alien contact is minimal. It's like you can probably put them in a mall, for example. It's like I don't think a stadium. Maybe, I doubt it. Maybe. Either way, it's small. I mean, if you want true contact, I mean, not just a ship. I mean, actual physical contact. I believe you will open up barriers. I'm not sure about actually seeing them anytime soon, but your likelihood to have that, I'm not sure, I'm not even saying it's going to happen in this lifetime. But let me tell you, you're getting closer and closer to opening up to more other, mostly spiritual connections. But either way, it's another way of opening all of this up. Like I say, less judgment works also. Like, I don't believe this or I don't believe that and all that nonsense. I threw all that out. Sometimes I was a part of that too. Like some other channelers say, this is like, I don't know. And I kind of threw all that out. It's like, you know what? Whatever is said, let it be. I don't even agree or disagree anymore. Just let it go. Just let it flow. The more you're critical, I think it makes it more difficult for your connections. Just let it flow. Obviously, some things aren't fine with you. That's all right. But if you overly humanize it, you're not doing, your growth doesn't work. I know it sounds weird. Not to say I have to believe everything that comes through, but it came through for a reason. And remember, we take information, we humanize it. We're in third dimension. It's like you're like hammering yourself back into the ground. If you just let it flow, and eventually it'll make sense. It will, if that makes any sense. It's like your water, you're just flowing. I believe that will help you in your helps me, helps others. It's just another way of if you want to connect, have your connections heightened, less critical, more love. Just let it flow. Because the more you like analyze everything to death, I think you really kind of stunt your growth. There's nothing wrong with analyzing, but it's different ways of doing it. It's like tearing apart. There's different ways of doing it. Let's put it that way. You do it with love, it should be all right. If you do it with I don't know, it's just intentions. You have positive intentions, it should be all right. You say, that's not right. I don't know what you're doing. You don't know what da 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 da. It's fine. You only go so far. I mean, not to say your other abilities won't open up. It seems like you slow down a little bit. That's what I'm going at. Take it with a grain of salt, whatever. But it's just like whatever comes through, like messages, whatever. Obviously, if it's a lower energy, you want to kick that out or whatever. I mean, you don't want it to attach itself, obviously. But you let the information flow instead of becoming less critical. I believe will open you up more. If you're wondering how to connect, this is how many are really ready for that. I'm very little. But hopefully that will grow. This is all new. As I say, like with other spiritual groups that don't even connect with any of this, those that do, everybody's trying to figure this all out. This is all insanity, basically. It has to come out in the environment eventually. Like at work, I'm like Clark Kent. I put on the glasses. I'm not a different person, but I don't talk about this. Sometimes I throw hints out, but I still don't. Not what I do. Hell no. Because if people knew what I do, they think I'm reading at work. They think I'm reading their minds. I'm getting into their energy, and that's not good. You don't need that. You know what I mean? So that's why. And family, same thing. Oh, trust me. If there's different times, I'd be burning at a stake right now. Or they would do it anyway. It's not. We're in better times, at least, in some ways. It's still better times. So how to connect to, I'll go into a little bit more about the whole reptilian thing. But basically, that dream, and other people are having probably dreams too, and maybe Archon dreams are fun. I tend to get more reptilian stuff, not to say Archons aren't around. The MIB was definitely there, a little energy of it, yeah. Watching me like a hawk, they're trying to get into my energy. That mall, they're trying to get it, like, see what I'm doing, or I'm not, obviously an astronaut. I'm like a secret agent in some regard. So they're trying to interfere. But we're going in a good direction, though. This is all good. This is all, they're just cutting through the matrix, basically. So this is a real deal. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine. There's nothing to be afraid of, though. It's weird. A lot of people aren't ready for this stuff. The spiritual groups, any group, it's just, we're going to call it crazy. But then again, we just had a school shooting today. There's anthrax being mailed to people or whatever that was. There was something else that happened, I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. Another school shooting. It happened in Florida, too. It's like, what the? And we're the crazy ones. Are any of us walking around shooting anybody? Not at all. Talking about weirdness, but that's all. So, I mean, the more you intake this stuff, the more you can heal it. The more you can heal the manipulations. The more you see this stuff doesn't exist, the more you get manipulated. Not everybody, but some. Now, can something like that be? See, third dimension is like, I want to say a kindergarten, but in some regard it is. I want spiritually a kindergarten. Yes, it's like a show. But not here to criticize, or I mean, obviously in some regard, but in a nice way. Not to judge. Yeah, you got to throw all this judgments. You got to throw the ego out. You got to throw everything out. The idea is this stuff is real, and let them say what they're going to say. It's like we're going in the right direction. Things are going to start changing in society eventually, where they can't deny it anymore. It's like connecting to this stuff is the idea. Obviously, I've said this 100 times probably. It's just your spiritual side clears out all the crap, and that's major. You know, I've had spirit guides switch around and all that, get to more higher self energies. I think I cleared a lot of closures. There's only so far the guides I had can go. Even for them, I think they have their limitations. I know that sounds weird. I have a collective around me, more like a Palladian collective, like more the Nordic, and I have more aliens around me than I've ever had before. Let's put it that way. I've had more human guides here, but it's only so far they can go because they've been affected by the third dimension. It's true. Those on the other side have still been affected, but yeah, they have more enlightenment, but still they got some of that programming there. So you get it from another side, you know, you open up more. I know it's become more alien, you can say, basically. Less third dimension. Of course, I still have to function here. I'm not completely gone mad, but you know, it's just a process. Just let it, like I say, less criticisms, less. Of course, you're going to have some here and there, obviously, but some that you don't agree with. You know, everybody's human. You know, you're going to have some stuff. You're not going to be perfect. But like with the information that comes through, that channeled healings, I believe become less critical of it, just let it flow. Whatever has a purpose for, just it'll find its way. If you don't agree with it, just let it flow. It'll find it'll come out of itself eventually. If it's manipulative energy, you will find that. I think manipulative channelings aren't all that common. Of course, I'm saying that, but I don't think they are. Some it might be, but you already can detect that. But either way, some warmth to that. So it all has a warning. It all has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. It's like if that's. I mean, sometimes it's a little more interesting in some regards to talking about reptilians driving a car or whatever. Someone having a baby or some kind of whatever. I mean, who knows? If that helps you evolve, then I don't know. More power to you. So it's like everybody evolves in a different way. Everybody has their own way of learning. So it's like less criticism from you, from others, from myself. Obviously, not going to agree with everybody, but the more you, because some do shut themselves down, such as some might say that, the channelings come through the ego. I mean, they're coming through you, but it's still the message from the being. And some aren't always going to connect with that. It's whatever. It's just, and some people can sabotage a message too. That does happen also because they're not ready to hear it. They're not ready to hear some stuff. Some things I've noticed in the webinar. This is a long time ago, but some people aren't. I've seen message. I've felt getting like, I have a question about this being. I felt like something came in. It's like, you're not going to know about that. So something else came through instead. It's like, I don't know about that, you know? But that was, I can say interference, but also whatever that was did not need to be known. Not to say it was a negative. I don't feel it was a negative. It's just something that wasn't needed to be known for some regard for that person, or wherever it might be. It was that person's path. Let's put it that way. So it happens. Either way, humanity still has obviously a long way to go. Yeah, in the spiritual community, not all, but some are very critical of everybody and everything. And they're in this kind of drama energy of gossip, drama, and that doesn't help you grow. Notice I'm not really into many communities at all. I don't have one really. I don't even connect to YouTube comments really. Not really. The less drama, the better. It truly keeps you. It kept, around a friend that was really surprised me. I didn't realize how much of a drama queen she was. This is somebody a while ago, but yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, I got caught up into it a little bit, and now I'm just sliced it out. It's like, not to say I put negative that, but it's just like none of that. It's best not to have any of that because it really frees you. And yeah, it's very isolating to a certain degree. But the more critical you're going to have some a little bit here and there. That's normal. But when you become very gossipy, obviously, it doesn't do you much good. But some need to grow through that, and that's fine. It's all part of soul growth. Some have major egos that connect to aliens and nobody else does, or they feel like they have a queenship or a kingship over others and all that, and that's part of their path. That's fine. I don't. I mean, that's not something I want to be part of, but you understand. That's all part of. So I mean, this is crazy shit, but it's good. It's insane. It's not something I go around telling people out in the street. I would like to, but people aren't ready for. I'll freak people out. It's like it's not going to do any good. It's like as much as I'd like to do that, it's like you got to be secret about it. It's just eventually. I mean, there was a psychic circle I was attended last time. It's like years ago when I started doing this. I wasn't doing webinars anymore, and they were very open to what I was connecting to. I didn't channel or anything, but I brought it up, and some of them were very open to it, which is not everybody, I think, but some of them were. It's very enriching to see that, because to show that you can connect to the ghosts, connect to your chakras and spirit world, and then you have the alien stuff. It's very enlightening. You feel that curiosity, and it's actually, of course, my mentor, it was there. It was like, so that's too bad. That's his deal. Call me crazy and whatever. It's like, see what I mean? So make up all this stuff. It's like, geez. So gossip central. See what I mean? Professional, not ready for this stuff. So that's all right. I mean, it's just part of the process. This stuff's crazy, but it's time. Some of us are like, want to have it now, obviously, but it's in the environment. Their schools getting shot up and stuff like that. The news is still doing its nonsense. Eventually, it will. It's healing. It's inner healing. It's like I said, the less you judge others, the more healing energy comes through. It's just takes time. It's just you become less human, more higher fourth dimension. You can say we're going into a fourth dimensional mindset that will eventually go to 5D. Some will stay in 4, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit, because some are just going to grow spiritually and stay in the fourth dimension and have some of that drama stuff. It's part of their growth. It's just part of their, nothing wrong with that, but you are connecting more to your angels, your guides. So you are coming out of that shell. That's great. So at least you're left the 3D world, at least. You have no job and you have no skills. All your what little skills are probably utilized anyway. Yeah, it's probably the less. I mean, probably the more more unemployed you are, the probably easier it is to connect to 4D, depending on who you are, which have more time, or either way. But yeah, those that usually have no jobs or have no problem connecting to fourth dimension and cannot function here. Yeah, it's very. I got to think about somebody. So either way, yeah, I got a little visitation. I think that's good. Yeah, I think I'm just getting a lot of downloads. Okay, for those that are new to all this, what did I do here? Okay. Oh yeah, I'll show that later. Yeah. Okay. Those are new to all this. This is ivanteller.com. And we're still, it's working for the most part. Not everything's been moved over. We have private sessions here. You can use it again to the site. No, I'm not going to say it again, but I'm still working on it. We have Skype, Zoom, and channeling by phone. I finally got that working. This is the phone number I usually call from. It's a Skype number, so eventually I might change it to another number, but for right now I'm just going to use Skype for it. I'm going to use that Skype number for the moment. We also have gift cards here also, and basically my schedule calendar is here. Just go to the shop. We also have the shop. I'm catching up. I'm on Friday. I'm on Thursday, actually, but I'm going to have to catch up on Friday. This is the question system. You can create an account here also, so you can just, I don't know the entire process because I don't buy anything on my own store, but But you can create an account here. I'm trying to make this as simple as I'm working on it. But you can create an account, and that way, so when you can log in, you can do a simple in and out. You just log in, make your order, and check out, and don't have to put in all this information in. So the idea was to keep things simple, and also the web form is right here. So instead of you having to get an email to submit, your questions are right here, and should help quite a bit. We also have donations. Thank you for your donations. That was the broadcast every day. We also have the main page here, Jake the Rabbit from Space. We also have magic cards. Here are different, if you're interested in that. We also have the t-shirt store and iPhone and Google web apps, or whatever they call themselves these days. We also have a social network here. Oh yeah, this is the time traveling kit. I'll go into that in a second. And we have, yeah, that's very healing. And I have to take a look at this. Oh, it's a video. Interesting. So, oh yeah, neat. Hopefully this. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for your posts here. Yeah, you can post here anytime if you want to know. I don't use Facebook that much, but this is where I'm posting my stuff for the time being. I'll definitely be posting it from now on. Facebook, hardly ever there anymore. Spirit Social, I know I should be, but I'm not. Submit a question, healing, past life regression. Message from Yeshua, channeling, consulting, 5-minute healing. Social connections, one question from a day. Chakra healing from a day. Joke breaking from Miguel. Healing from Nick. And you'll see him ask a question and her other services here. So thank you for your support. Anything else here? And at the time, if there is, I can't remember it. So yeah, this is kind of like a different. So how do you connect to reptilians? Not to say you want to, but I'm just saying that the more you open up, the more you might get unwanted visitation. So you can surround yourself with light before you go to bed. I do that not every night. I forget. Sometimes I'm so tired I can't. I'm always, as you can tell, I come here sometimes exhausted. I'm kind of like that already. So tonight's, oh yeah, that's right, it's Valentine's Day. And I think I'll be rather here than out in the real world at this time. Listen to all that. Now, it was Valentine's Day in January. All that. As soon as the new year came in, Valentine's Day crap showed up everywhere. It's like, geez, can't you give us some breather? I mean, at least into February, and then start laying all this stuff in. Anyway, it's weird. Kind of just the Anunnaki shopping day of the year. So as we're connecting to reptilians, there are obviously positive reptilians, positive beings here assisting our ascension process, but some beings get very aggravated as we ascend into the new world. Right now they're calling us crazy, probably. It's those in the 3D world, of course. You're under an Anunnaki attack, Archon attack, whatever it might be, Syrian reptilians, probably those two. All kinds of not so friendly beings are causing difficulties here. Fear, as they said, there's nothing to fear of. The more fear you bring in, you're going to get. So best not to have any fear. You can always connect to the being that feels comfortable for you. Nordic beings or Arcturians, can't go wrong with Arcturian. Syrians, whatever it might be, to open up the third wall. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about that, but either way, we're going to. It's all in your intentions of what happens. As for like my little visitation, I don't know about it. I don't know what. I imagine a lot occurred during that, but either way. But we are getting closer. I'm not saying we're going to get closer to more physical contact right away. So, I mean, But we're on our way of removing these blockages of being called. We're being called crazy, that's fine, but then again, look at the rest of the world. It's not in good shape now, is it? Far from it. All this is about curing your health also with spiritual directions and just not being, I mean, the third dimension, oh, that's right, about the kid and the Mars situation. Yeah, I said Trump's going to win, which I do feel that. Going to be on Mars in like 2030 or something like that. Why not? And AI or robots are going to become part of our society, which that's not too far off. That's going to take, what is it, 2030? Yeah, big, yeah, that's going to be, yeah. They're still going to, I mean, I think they're going to be robots just doing mundane things. You know, your TV might walk around your house to go where you want it. I don't know. You know, I think it's more like stuff like that. Robots are cashier robots. Probably become more like that's going to be. Yeah, well, I don't think robots can stock anything yet at stores, but cashier stuff. I mean, you're already connected to a robot already with the credit card thing, so. Robots driving cars, we're already seeing some of that already, little by little. So I'll probably eventually I'll probably safer, especially the people in at least Florida can't drive. A good portion can't drive at all. So I welcome that as long as the human doesn't get into the driver's seat. I'd probably say it's not going fast enough for some kind of nonsense. It's like, geez. Just get in your car and ready to ram into somebody. I guess that's what some just dream of. They don't think about it, of course. Jeez. So, as for the course of, as for is that kid a time traveler? I think so. He's trapped in at least. I don't have the whole details of that, but his consciousness is connected to it, at least. Either way. All right, let's see if we do a channeling and see what we get. Give myself a rest. Kind of every time I get here, I'm exhausted. So not much I can do about it until things change. I'm working on stuff with Jake in the background, but not much to report on. So not today, jeez. But if anything comes up, I'll definitely make that public, but sometime soon. So, all right. All right, blessings, and we'll to connect to somebody, probably reptilians, see what they have to say. The positive ones, if you're wondering, maybe Novak or somebody. Yeah, maybe him. I haven't connected him so well for a while at the parks, that's all. All right, much love, blessings. Here we go. Greetings, this is Novak. Blessings. Happy Friday, humans. Yes, when you eventually remove time from your planets, you will no longer have the calendar of Monday through Friday or Saturday, whatever. Your 7-day calendar will eventually be removed. You will find ways of removing it through your higher consciousness. You'll basically just say, fuck that shit, basically. Because you'll be connecting to a time of no time. And that's when you raise your vibrations and realize most of your world needs to go into that vibration. It needs to let go of this thinking that you need a calendar, you need time. Right now, humans think they need all those things, so you created it. Wonder where it comes from. There you go. So you've been taught by that by, yes, Anunnaki beings and other nonsense. Most of the Anunnaki have caused that difficulty on your world. One moment. Oh, yes, is that guy a time traveler? No comment, but yes and no. Basically, he's connected to a future version of himself. You can say a future version of himself has entered that body. The soul has. So, of course, he's going to have it's like channeling, but it's actually the soul from the future, basically. So he doesn't have a spaceship or anything like that. He is there. He's here. Now, how much he's going to really reveal, it's hard to say. But where your world is going, yes. As for that reptilian visitation Ivan had, is a temporary. Things are, yes. A lot of the Illuminati energies are losing their power in certain areas, meaning their district on this earth is being messed with. As you connect more with aliens and spiritual beings, they lose their power over your consciousness. You're not watching their television shows, not the way that they'd like you to. You're not a zombie anymore, basically. You graduated from zombiness. Not to say you can't watch these things or entertain yourself. It's just it doesn't absorb your soul as it does others. You watch as entertainment. You don't watch it as if it's taking over, because it does possess people. Sports. Why do you think people destroy their areas where they live? Is because they're possessed. And while they're being possessed, they're being controlled. So they don't even know what to do. It's like basically those that like watch your football, they feel like they're in the game, right? Well, now they feel like they won, right? So they go and destroy everything because like they're the winners. So it's a slight possession. It's not a full possession, but it's enough to get them to act improperly. So what's going on in your world is a realization that you're, yes, under attack, basically. But it's a school. You're graduating from the third dimension. And some are going to call you a bunch of lunatics for connecting to yourself and having a better day. Yes, it's not going to be easy in this transition. Many of you are there to turn the earth in another direction, and your life's not going to be easy. Not to say those of you who are connected more to the fourth dimension are having it easy either. Everybody needs a day off. Everybody needs a freaking year off. And you're working towards it. But right now is a crucial point of bringing in more positivity into the consciousness. Less drama, more positivity, more connections. Your aliens are just, we're just a foot away. We're just right in your face, in a nice way. But we're right. Yes, we're always around you. It's just we can't fully connect with you because humans are still mostly afraid. But that type of thinking is going to eventually evaporate when the human is ready. As you can see, the belief systems are like a prison around the mind, or over the mind, or on top of the mind, however you want to call it. It's a prison, but it's the mind in a prison. And basically, you are opening the door slightly. Some of you creep out. It's like, I'm not sure if this is right. And you go back into your prison, but then some of you are peeking out and saying, maybe leaving isn't so bad. So many are deciding what to believe and not what to believe and what not to. Basically, you just connect to as for what is your right and what is your wrong is up to you. No one can tell you. Some do, but you gotta make the rules for yourself. We realize the less stress around you, the more you open up. The less that you're, critical, the more that you just have a love energy, the more you grow, basically. It's not easy coming from a third dimensional world. It is, it's like you guys have been beaten, and now, you've been like, that house dropped on you, and now you're just trying to rebuild yourself. You've been living in that house forever also. So to step out of that mindset and to see there's greenery, or a more positive environment, not everyone's ready for that. but it's up to you to choose what is right for you. So, blessings to you. Take care. Have an excellent weekend. May the green be with you. Blessings. All right. Blessings. Take care.